Here's a weird scene for the weekend. Time to turn off the USM fire hose for a while and enjoy the summer. But if you need me or are interested, by all means, contact me. The philosophy of yin-yang is about how apparently opposite forces are really interconnected, interdependent, and actually mutually reinforcing. So it's not about conflict, it's about dynamic balance. And this is a core principle of systems thinking. So let's zoom into the yin-yang from a USM perspective. Now, I've been screaming about USM being a method that enables any organization to establish a management system for any and all enterprise services based on an explicit service management architecture for some time now. And we all know that at the end of the day, all business results originate with customers, specifically external customers. And of course, the goal of all service providers is to deliver value to customers. And we know that services are the means for delivering this value. But services play a dual role here, and this is where yin-yang comes in. I've also been saying for many years now, something I heard from a professor in Australia. Services make a deliberate effort to abstract the internal operations of business capabilities. This is a black box perspective. Processes take the exact opposite perspective. In this case, we seek to sharpen the understanding of the internal operations of the same business capability. And this is a white box perspective. From a customer's perspective, the service is what they see and use. It hides the complexity of the provider's organization, technologies, and workflows. And this abstraction is both deliberate and important. Customers are more concerned about outcomes and usability, not how the sausage is made. But the provider needs to deliver that value, so it's critical that they understand how work gets done. So the provider wants to deliberately make work visible, repeatable, and controllable. And this decomposition is what provides clarity in execution. The USM method's logically repeatable specification for all services enables unified service agreements that link the abstract promises made to customers to the process-driven execution requirements of the provider. USM's routines are where local practices, procedures, and work instructions adapt process execution for specific service requirements. The USM customer-provider interaction model is the critical link that enables enterprise service management. Of course, there's more to the yin-yang than that. It's interesting that USM's roots in systems thinking is very much a yin-yang thing. And I think this can be where the scene can get weird, especially for service management professionals who are deep into the practice frameworks. And these frameworks like ITIL, COBIT, Agile, and many others are very good at describing what good looks like in specific domains. They're adaptable and can drive innovation, and these practices can vary based on localized needs. Now, since USM is built on systems thinking principles, it standardizes structure while allowing for localized execution. It separates people from profiles and establishes a universal process logic that applies to any domain. And this ability to harmonize enables the practices to execute within a system, not try and become the systems themselves. So yin-yang and systems thinking requires that both work in harmony. They must enable and reinforce each other. The absence of one is going to impact the other. So let me leave you with these final thoughts. Traditional practice-based thinking tends to operate at the surface, reacting to incidents, implementing frameworks, or adopting tools without addressing the root causes of variability, inefficiency, or misalignment. The USM method leverages the systems thinking iceberg because it focuses on the underlying structures and mental models that drive service behavior, rather than simply responding to visible events or layering on new practices. In contrast, USM defines a universal system logic with standardized processes, roles, and service specifications, allowing organizations to create predictable, value-driven service delivery. By anchoring its model below the waterline at the levels of systemic structures and mental models, USM enables sustainable improvement, cross-domain consistency, and clarity of governance. It doesn't replace practices, but provides the structure into which any practice can be rationally integrated. The shift from ad hoc behavior to systemic design is what makes USM a foundational, future-proof method for modern service management. Want to know more? You have questions? Want to get certified? You need a corporate workshop? Give me a call. Reach out. Thanks.